Okay, promise, last video I'm filming today in this same outfit, so you'll have something new in the next video. What I have here is a stack of books that one I have bought myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are gifts. No, 6 are gifts, technically. Oh, yeah. So the first book I bought, the only book I bought myself, is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. She's off limits, but he's never been good at following the rules. Discover the sizzling, small-town, brother's best friend romance that went viral on TikTok. Now in a special edition with an exclusive sneak peek at the next book in the series and a Q&A with the author. Okay, so story time. I know nothing about this book. However, Teddy Hamilton, my favorite audiobook narrator, narrates the second book. So I only picked this up because of Teddy. Does that make me sound basic? Maybe. But I want to read Teddy's entire backlist just because I love his voice. He could read the phone book and I would listen, okay? So we're reading Done and Dusted. So we can read, what is it, Swift and Saddled is the second one. Hold on. Yep, Swift and Saddled. But I also have been finding that I'm liking the brother's best friend trope. I read with Twisted Love by Anna Huang, but also, what is it, by Maya Banks? Rush by Maya Banks. I've liked both of those. And sorry for the loud noise. Kids are home. It's Easter. I can't tell my kids to not be kids. It's just a little glimpse into life as a parent. And for my students that watch, now you see why my days with you all don't really bother me that much. It feels like I'm at home. Then, book gift that didn't come with a gift note, and it makes me super sad because I can't remember who sent it to me. Like, I know I won it on a game thing on Facebook in this book group I belong in. But I don't remember who sent it to me, and I want to be able to thank them, and that is Kiss Don't Tell by Megan Quinn. This is a hockey romance. I am totally in my hockey era. Like, not that it's ever stopped. I've always been a huge hockey fan, but I mean, hockey romance is taking the book community by storm, so why not feed into it? Let's see. 5 hockey players, a cabin in the woods, and little old me. Winnie Berlin. Is this a wide choose? See, I put stuff on my Amazon wish list and don't actually know what they're about. I just see them. They look interesting. Sounds like the start of a fantasy, right? But it's not. It's my reality. It all started when I got lost in the middle of the Canadian Rockies. A wicked thunderstorm sent my car mudsliding into a ditch. For a girl whose survival skills involved finding the nearest Starbucks, I was in deep trouble. Forced to abandon my car and search for help, I stumbled upon a cabin in the middle of nowhere, soaking wet, irritated, and in desperate need of a hot shower. I knocked on the door, only to be greeted by 5 boisterous, burly, and insanely attractive men. Ooh. Not just men, professional hockey players. Ooh. I hit the motherlode of fantasies, right? Wrong. Because as it turns out, one of them is my ex-boyfriend's half-brother. Ooh. And when I end up crashing their spare room for the night, things take a very unexpected turn. I'm not sure any amount of my survival skills can protect my heart from Vancouver Agitators star goalie Pacey Laws. But as long as we kiss and don't tell, maybe everything will be okay. Ooh. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Okay, so whoever sent this to me, thank you. I can't remember who it was, but thank you. Then after that, we have from Shannon, The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. I'm not going to tell you why this was on my wish list because I don't typically read Nicholas Sparks. The last Nicholas Sparks I read was Nights in Rodanthe, and that was my senior year in high school. And I only read that because I knew in the movie the man that played Detective Sabler, was that his name, on Law & Order SVU? Law & Order SVU? Elliot Sabler, maybe? Anyways, he was in the movie. That's the only reason I read the book, was because I wanted to see the movie with him in it. This is... When did this come out? Because I think that has something to do with why I put it on my wish list. I don't know. Anyways, The Lucky One. After U.S. Marine Logan Thibault finds a photograph of a smiling young woman buried in the dirt during his tour of duty in Iraq, he experiences a streak of luck, winning poker games and even surviving deadly combat. Only his best friend Victor seems to have an explanation for his good fortune: the photograph, his lucky charm. Back home in Colorado, Thibault can't seem to get the woman in the photograph out of his mind and sets out on a journey across the country to find her. But Thibault is caught off guard by the strong attraction he feels when his search leads him to Elizabeth, a divorced mother in North Carolina with a young son. And he keeps the story of the photo and his luck a secret. As he and Elizabeth embark on a passionate love affair, Thibault's secret will soon threaten to tear them apart, destroying not only their love, but also their lives. Filled with tender romance and a terrific suspense, The Lucky One is an unforgettable story about the surprising paths our lives often take and the power of fate to guide us to true and everlasting love. Okay, that sounds good to me. I never watched the movie. Like, when I was younger, I used to watch all of the romance cheesy books and movies. I haven't. Not in a long time. Then next from Amber, this gift note says, "Enjoy your gift. I had to get you this. It's so cute. It's a bit of a slow burn, but so good. Hope you enjoy, sweets." Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. A wedding planner and her grumpy ex must work together to plan a celebrity event in this deliciously spicy and fun novel from fanfic sensation Julie Soto. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis since that little snippet at the top gives us what we need to know, but can we just talk about how pretty this cover is? I love the flowers on this cover, and the humans are so beautifully drawn. I think it is fantastic. Okay, next. We have another cowboy romance. And this was gifted to me by Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is one of the FOMO books. I put this on my wish list because I saw everyone reading it, and then the FOMO was getting to me. So the rules were simple. Keep his hands off his agent's daughter and stay out of trouble. But now he's stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. So we have a forced proximity. It's a cowboy. We know that much. Rhett Eaton is the face of professional bull riding, the golden boy, or at least he was until it all blew up in his face after a public brawl. Now his agent says he has to clean up his image and sticks Rhett with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as full-time supervision. But Rhett doesn't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with super tight, skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running, a mouth he can't stop thinking about. And he quickly learns that Summer Hamilton isn't just another conquest. She sees the man behind the mask, and she doesn't run. She pulls him closer, even when she shouldn't. Summer says this means nothing. Rhett says this means everything. She says there are boundaries they shouldn't cross, that Rhett's reputation cannot take any more hits, and neither can damage her heart. Rhett says he's going to steal it away anyways. Ooh, that sounds really good. Okay. And then we have another gift from Caitlin. Thank you again, Caitlin. I read this book last year, but I want a physical copy. A Highlander for Hannah by Mary Warren. This is about a Hannah Glenn who is on her family's farm after a really bad breakup, and quitting her job that was crappy. And one day she goes out to the barn to tend to the animals and finds a brooding Highlander that has somehow fell asleep in 1745 but woke up modern day in Hannah's barn. And apparently there's a spell involved, and it can only be reversed under the moon's spring equinox. They have to find like the forced proximity romance. They have to figure out how to survive each other for the next few months. But Will, Hannah, and Graham learn to live with each other. If they can, then maybe, just maybe, they can find a love worth crossing space and time. I like this story. I've already read it. I know I like it. And then, lastly, was a gift from my husband. This was an Easter gift from my husband, and that is A Flame in the North by Lilith St. Crow. The Black Land is a myth. Centuries have passed since that great enemy was slain, yet old fear lingers. And on the longest night of the year, people in the south still light ritual bonfires to banish the dark. In her village, this duty falls to Solveig, a girl favored by the gods with powerful fire magic. But when her brother kills a northern lord's son during the ritual, it is Sol who faces punishment by being Weirgild, part hostage, part guest in the north for a year and a day. As she journeys to her captivity, Sol starts to realize that the Black Land is no myth. The forest teem with foul beasts, her travel companions are not what they seem, and their plans for her magic are shrouded in secrecy. With only her loyal shield maiden and her own wits to rely upon, Sol must learn to master her powers and wrest control of her fate. For the Black Land's army stirs, ready to cover the world in darkness unless Sol can find the courage to stop it. I think it sounds really good. So, yep. Those are books that I've gotten as gifts, except the one that I did by myself, which I've been doing better about buying myself books. Like, let's be honest. As you can see, my pre-order of Empire of the Damned did arrive. And I did still buy the Barnes & Noble edition of Empire of the Damned, because I pre-ordered it, and it arrived, and I felt bad not buying it after they had set it aside for me, so still bought that too. So I have 2 editions of Empire of the Damned. Shocker. I have 2 editions of Empire of the Vampire, 2 editions of Fourth Wing, 2 editions of Iron Flame. There's a problem here. Anyways, I digress. Like the video if you did. Comment down below if you have read any of these books, what you thought of them. If you have any books you would like me to read, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And until next time, you are loved and you are valid.